is show and tell of the 1350 TWOK refit bridge interior and exterior set that you can get from Shapeways. Now this is an amazing kit. This replaces the very simple dome mould that comes with the kit, and I was hoping that they would do something like this for this model, and they have, and it's amazing. So what you get is you get basically 3 pieces. You get the outer bit, you get the dome on top, which I'm yet to paint, and you actually get the bridge inside. What I did was with this was each piece, apart from this because I've still got to do that, I primed the outer shell and the bridge itself, so separately primed them away and let them dry. Then on the inside, so on the bridge, I set to with the bridge, and the bridge has just the white and some black acrylic, and it also has some beige Revel paint, and that is number 89, and that was to do the turbo lift doors, it was to do the chairs, and that was it really for those. And then the black was to do the actual flooring. Now obviously in the film the floor is all black, that includes the central area as well as the outer bit, but with this model being so small, I felt, and I'd have been completely right, it would have drowned it out and you would not really see any detail in there whatsoever. So with the fact that I did the railings as they were black and the outer ring black, I left it there, and then I painted the chairs and the doors, and I actually thought, yep, that works, that's fine, that's great, and that did me. So once I did that, I then let it dry obviously, and then I light blocked the outside of it, so the base and the sides of it in black, and I did a couple of coats of that so that it was completely going to be light blocked, which it has done. So that was what I did with that. Then once that was dry, with the should be still on there, I'm hoping it is, but when I went on Shapeways, which I shall show you the page, so Shapeways, I don't know if you can see, have the model on here, and it shows you the 3 bits. You got your bridge, you got your dome, and you got the shell itself. And it did have a link for for the decals, and that takes you to a Etsy shop, and that's where you get this from. So it comes in a little film, like an old 35mm film, and on there it has about 8 view screen images, and then loads of other images, and I've been cutting into this obviously to do this model. Now some of these images are literally like 1mm by 1mm in size, which is very daunting. I had this model for a year before I've even attempted this. So to do that I used a very sharp scalpel, craft knife, cut around the the decal, and then I basically with the tip of my knife I just gently stabbed the actual decal so that I could lift it up, and then when I put it in with my glue it would go into the model and with ease, and that really did work. And I used micro crystal clear, which is basically it dries clear, this glue. It's amazing, it's a fantastic glue to use. I highly recommend this. So dab that onto the area where you're going to put the decal. So for me it's all of the little computer consoles inside on all the edges, see there, those little ones, all those, and obviously the central one and the back where Spock sits. Every single screen on the wall that you can think of that was big enough, I cut out and I placed them in. Some of them are literally, the decal is the size of the hole, so when I put it in, I put the glue on first to give it some sort of like a glue wall, if you will, and then I sort of furked it around until I knew it was flat or vertical as it would be on the wall. And then when it's dried, it literally dries clear, and all of those see, if you see there, all of those and the ones on the other side, which is there, all in and fine. And the same with the view screen. The view screen, it literally fits in as the size it is. So put the crystal clear on first around the edges, and then put your decal in, and that's all you do. You let that dry Don't interfere with it, just let it dry. Once it's dry, it's kind of rock solid and you're good to go. So when you light this, it comes through there's little tiny holes in all of these screens on the top and stuff like that. So it's really, really good when it's done. So in order to do that, on the bottom of it, so this is it in as it is at the moment, what I'm going to do on the two little holes here, I'm going to put some fibre optics, and I'm going to light, so I'm going to block that off in a little board, which would be great, and then those fibre optics will go somewhere to be lit by an LED, and then I'm going to have some LEDs probably just around hovering here, and that will illuminate not only all these gaps here for the actual outside as well, but it will illuminate the bridge, and that'll be great. So because I want these flashing and the top light here to be flashing, I'm going to have that with the fibre optics, literally block that off, and then just some normal non-flashing light obviously to illuminate this, which illuminates the bridge when you're looking underneath it, and where all these gaps are when it sits on the saucer on the top, those will flash out. So all in all, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm really, really impressed, and I'm impressed because actually I recommend this, highly recommend this. You know, I mean, it's on the the original series bridge, so original series model. So do this for the refit version, and I think it's fab. So there we go. A quick little how-to video. So here's a quick little close-up of the bridge with all the decals that you can see on the computer consoles, the main view screen, the central console there, all the chairs painted, the captain's chair painted as well. All in all, I'm really, really happy with this, as well as the floor and the railings all painted, and the turbo lift as well.